everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Sabrina and in this week's video I'm going to be reading Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I think that's how you say it. I don't really know a lot about this book. All I know is that it's going viral on literally everything and I want to be part. Can we stop, please? Anyway, I don't really know much about this book. I know it's fantasy. I assume it has to do with dragons, considering there's a dragon on the front and it's called Fourth Wing. And everyone's raving. It's going viral. People think it's absolutely fantastic. So I want to be part of the party. I want to be part of the club. I'm looking for a fantasy that's gonna wow me. All the recent fantasies I've read have not wowed me. They have booed me. I have been disappointed. So I'm looking, I'm wanting. And I think this might be a good one. If it has dragons, I think I'll like it. I love dragons. So yeah, let's just get started with reading. I'll update you once I'm a little bit of the way in. I'm just gonna sit outside and start reading like the first 2 chapters to get a little taste, and then I'll dive all the way in, head first into this book. Hello there. I just wanted to pop in to say that this video does have spoilers. I basically spoil the entire book, so if you don't want to know what happens, if you haven't read it yet, maybe this is not the video for you. Okay, so it's actually the next day from when I said I was gonna start this book, and I'm now on chapter 3 or 4, chapter 4, and so far I really like it. So I was right about this being about dragons. It definitely is, and it sounds really cool. They like have really cool dragons, and then they bond with them, and it gives them magic powers. Like that as a concept I really like literally so up my alley. I hope the book does well in actually like explaining the dragons. Like that'd be super cool. If there was like species and like special things about them, I'd really like that. It's giving How to Train Your Dragon vibes, and I love that. Love that. Also, the thing I filmed on the train yesterday, as soon as I saw that first part, I was like, right, so she's gonna fall in love with this one. And then they explained the whole thing about how he's so hot. So I see what they're setting up there. But then there's also another guy right now that they're like childhood friends. So is this gonna be like a love triangle moment? I don't know, but I'm excited. Oh, it's also so long. It was like 13 hours my Kindle said it was gonna take me to read. Also, it has really long chapters, which I don't love. I am a short chapter supporter, but I will live with. So I'm gonna keep reading and then I'll update you a little bit later on how it's going. Hello. Guten Morgen. It's time for a little update on the book. I haven't really made that much progress. I'm only 12% through because like I said, it's a long ass book. But right now we're getting a lot of information, like characters, names, places, strategies for the military. And I'm reading it, but it is not sticking. So I really hope that it's not relevant for the final plot, these like specific details, and that if they are, they get repeated at some point. So we'll see how it goes. It is interesting and it's cool, and I love it when they make everything overcomplicated. Like low-key, I think it's kind of fun. I think it's kind of fun when fantasy books just like throw all logic to the wall and like overcomplicate the actual shit out of everything. And I just want to see the dragons. I just can't wait for the dragons. Get to the dragon. Okay, hello. I have a complaint about this book. First complaint I have has nothing to do with the book. It has to do with everything else that's going on in my life, and that is that it's freaking hot. It is so hot. Anyway, here's my complaint about the book. Let me do a little bit of explaining before I just start complaining. Here's what's going on so far. She's been inaugurated into like this camp thingy-mabob where she has to like, I think it's a military training or something, and they're gonna get trained to ride dragons, and then they're gonna bond with the dragons, and then they get to like front lines to protect the continent that they live on. And she is the daughter of a military like general or something like that, or lieutenant, I don't know, someone important in the military. I'm not really that well versed in military words. And then her mother is like really famous for it because she's like the main woman in this whole ordeal. And then the mother has like an advisor or something, and the advisor has a son, and that's Dane and Violet's the main girly pop. So they're besties. We all know that besties, boy girl besties in books, they probably like each other. So we have that going on. But then the other one that we have is we are also getting an enemies to lovers pipeline being placed into motion, and some of the thoughts she's having that are supposed to be like setting up like, ooh, maybe we like him, to me make no sense. So let me do some more explaining. I'm sure my explaining is just absolutely fantastic. I don't even know how to pronounce the guy's name. Xaden, I don't know, because that's what I'm gonna go with. His name is Xaden. Xaden has parents who were like in a rebellion that rebelled against the continent or something, and therefore the main girl's mother was like, I'm gonna execute them, which is harsh, and then also their kids were punished. They have to join the riders squad thingy, which is like the most dangerous out of all of them. But basically this one main guy, his parents I think were executed by them, and now he has a vendetta against the daughter, against the main girl Violet. The Xaden guy, obviously he wants to kill her or something. They're like not besties. They're not besties at all. They've already had 2 encounters, one in the woods where she threw a knife at him and he like let her off, and then again they're fighting on the mats and he just like let her off. And so we're kind of building this thingy-mabobber where it's like playing cat and mouse, and they're like, okay, well, he wants to kill me, but if he wanted to, he could have already, and he's not. But still, she is having positive thoughts about him. Like, this man wants to kill you, and she's thinking like, oh, he would have defended me differently, and that's kind of, and like she's comparing him and Dane, when Dane is supposed to be her best friend, and the Xaden guy wants to kill you. But she's saying things like he's hot, which, okay, fair enough. You can be enemies with someone and still think they're hot. But then she's saying stuff like, oh, he told me to do this, I'm gonna listen to his advice. And then now she's thinking stuff like he would defend me better than the other one. He wants to kill you, babes. So, I don't know. I have a feeling that we're gonna start developing an enemies to lovers, but have no actual reason to go from enemies to lovers. Like, we're just gonna move that direction, but it's not actually gonna show me why I also should be invested in the relationship. Because if this is how it's going, I have no connection to this man. Like, I've been told he's attractive, but he has not acted in a single way that makes me also feel that way. I don't know. I'll let you know if this gets any better, but this is how it goes. If they just become a relationship just cause we're following enemies to lovers and there's no actual chemistry between them, then I'm gonna have some issues, and I'm not gonna like that, and you'll hear all about it when that happens. I'm gonna get back to reading, and I'll let you know if it improves. I do think, though, what is really smart by the author is that she's made Violet really smart. Like, Violet was supposed to be a scribe, so she's been studying the archives, so she basically knows everything. What the author has been doing is that whenever Violet is doing something challenging, like in order to calm herself down, she's been reciting like facts. So right now she's talking about all the different like colored dragons and like what's special about them, what's hard about them, all those things. We're getting to know that information without it feeling super info dumpy. Like, it feels a little info dumpy, but it's way better this way. It like adds to her personality of the character rather than just like being an entire 5 pages in the chapter that are like, here's a list of all the cool things I came up with that are applicable in my world. Like, I think this is better than that. I thought that was quite clever, and I haven't seen that before, so that's pretty fun. Just because I don't want to be a negative Nancy, and I don't want to hate on someone that doesn't even hate it on. They just had a nice moment where he said some decently good things. He gave her some backhanded advice, basically, but he said it in a decently nice way, and it is actually helpful. So we're getting there. We are building repertoire, because if we keep going like this, then maybe it'll be a good enemies to lovers. This one bit really was like, yes, because you're the scale I currently judge myself against every night. Every day I let you live, I get to convince myself that there's still a part of me that's a decent person. Okay? So that's why he's not killing her. He wants to be better. He's gonna fall in love. Okay, I'm kind of seeing, okay, I know I complained like 5 seconds ago, but like, okay, maybe. We'll see. We're seeing the dragon. This is so cool. They're being presented to the dragons. So like all the people are walking past the 100 dragons that want to bond with cadets this year. But I just can't wait to meet the dragons. I want to meet the dragons. The dragons are the best part of the book. I have decided already. Oh, wow. I'm impressed. I really am loving the dragon element. Ugh. They just presented themselves to the dragons, and 2 dragons came up to her and like interacted with her. So I'm excited. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now and read and stop talking to my phone every 3 seconds, because you don't need an update about every single thing I read. It is time for an update because things are occurring. Things are happening left and right. Let me give you the rundown. First of all, we went to the dragon bonding thing. It's called threshing, I think. I don't know why, but it is. We went through threshing, and lo and behold, she's extra special, and she got 2 dragons to bond with her. On top of the fact that she got 2 dragons to bond with her, one of them is the most powerful dragon they've ever seen in like 100 years and hasn't been willing to bond, and is like massive and huge and fantastical and amazing. I mean, I was rooting for her to get with a little gold dragon so that they could be power couple. She also got the little gold dragon. I would have preferred if she had picked one. Like, it's 40% into the book, so we really already have to be doing the whole like, she's special and not like the rest, blah, blah, blah. Then, to make it even better, the dragon that she has now, the big dragon, I think it's called like Tyran, but that dragon is actually bonded to the dragon that Xaden has. So now their lives are all linked. So now they're like physically connected and their lives are intertwined. So they're gonna start interacting. I'm seeing where this is going. We're gonna start having a lot more interest in each other's lives because we need to keep each other alive in order to like keep our healthy dragons and keep ourselves healthy. I see that it's like a plot device in order to get those characters to begin interacting and like start that story. But at the same time, I'm like, really? We're gonna bond two dragons. One of those dragons is gonna end up being bonded to another dragon that happens to be the dragon of your worst enemy? Okay. Well, okay. And then on top of that, I was right. Dane and Violet are not strictly platonic, just as friends. He smooched her. So that's where I've ended off right now. He smooched her, and right as he smooched her, she went, uh-oh, it's not what I want anymore. I don't know. I'm gonna keep reading. I don't hate it right now. I don't hate it, but I'm not loving the plot choices. I'm just finding it a little over dramatic, a little much, you know? Like I'd rather have a little bit more subtlety and nuance, but okay, we'll see. I just got home. I've been reading on the way home from school, and I've gotta say, getting kind of cute. So basically, she was in her room, and then like 7 people tried to kill her in her sleep because they want to steal her dragon from her and bond with him instead. She doesn't want to die, and Xaden doesn't want her to die either because now Xaden is bonded to her. Xaden came to rescue her, and it was kind of cute. Like, it's not because he like killed like 7 people for her, but like in fantasy books, like that's cute. In real life, I would not be flattered, but in a fantasy book, that's a good sign. So I'm kind of starting to see it. Like, yes, he's only taking care of her because he doesn't want to die himself, but like that's how this works, and then we form into the feelings. I hope we get some nice tizzling tension. I want some sizzle. She's just admitted to herself that like she likes him. She's over the whole
being like, why is my heart beating?
Because you like him. I'm kind of excited. We're halfway through and it's getting romancy, and I love that. Also though, I looked it up this morning because I was curious, and this is not YA. This is adult romance, which kind of shocks me, to be honest. I feel like the writing style is a little too immature to be adult fantasy. Not that I dislike the writing style. The writing style is pretty good, but it's not giving me adult fantasy vibes. So there is that. Do with that what you will. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Xaden and Violet smooch. Oh my god. It's only 55%. Took a lot less time than I expected, but I'll take it. It's a pretty good one too. The lead up was great. Really enjoying this. Fantastic. I'll take it. Thank you. I had kind of decided like when I started this vlog that I wasn't gonna do the whole vlogging at night anymore because I did that for my first video ever, my ACOTAR vlog or ACOSOF, whatever. Obviously, as you just saw from the previous clips, you cannot see anything, but I had to give you my first reaction to the book. I didn't have a choice. But anyway, it's the next day now. Let me give you the rundown on what's occurred. There was a smooch with Xaden, which I already said, and now they're ignoring each other, or like not ignoring each other, but like avoiding kind of. And then they won some type of award, some battle award. So they've been sent out to the front lines as a gift. And that's all fabulous and fun, but Xaden has just showed up to this place because, as we know, their dragons, Xaden and Violet's dragons, are mated. So they have to be together, which is cute, but also very inconvenient for them. I'm actually like really enjoying it. Like I said before that I didn't like how fast it was going, but it's going better now. We're starting to actually have moments that justify her having the thoughts that she's having, which makes it much easier to root for the relationship. I just want to see where this goes. They have a lot of tension. They've got tension galore, which I love. It's also because he's like dark brooding man. Obviously there's tension. There always is when the man is dark and brooding and like, ugh. Yeah, she still has not developed a power yet. I really want to know what her power is. Hold the phone, everybody. Xaden just spoke to Violet in her mind. What? This is crazy. We're having a little ACOTAR moment where they can speak to each other in their minds, but they cannot speak to each other because they're mated. They can speak because their dragons are mated. Wow. Okay, well, that's gonna come in fun, isn't it? That's gonna be really freaking fun. My bus was super stuck in traffic, so I read so much just now, so I have lots of updates to give. First of all, I was sitting on the metro reading my book, and like literally we went from comforting each other to like a full-on spice scene, and I wasn't ready for that, and I think the lady that was sitting next to me saw it. So that was really awkward. I mean, I never have to see her again, so I don't really care that much. So they did that. They got together, they had a little spice scene. It was a good spice scene, I'll give them that. It's not YA anymore. It still has a very YA writing style, but that spice scene was definitely adult. Then we went into like a whole spiral of him being all like, don't fall for me. You won't like me because I'm tortured and I'm a bad boy, blah, blah, blah. You won't like me and I have trauma. And I'm like, no, buddy, that's exactly why she likes you. We did that for a little bit, probably like 5% of the book. And now they finally admitted their feelings for each other. And it was actually really cute. They're great communicators. I have to give them that. Even though he went on a little like spiral of self-hatred and being like, I'm not worthy of you or whatever, they communicated that to each other very well. It was never like, does he like me? Does he not like me? No. We know we like each other. It's just, we both got some issues to work out. Yeah, I'm gonna keep reading. I'm 80% through, and I'm at that point in the book where I don't want to stop reading, so I wouldn't even be surprised if I finish it today, even though I really should do my homework. But yeah, that's that basically. All in all, I'm really enjoying it, and I will admit Xaden is really hot. They're under attack! They're under attack. I wonder who's attacking them. Oh yeah, I wanted to say this because I have a theory. I mean, I might be completely way off and this might have nothing to do with it. I never even told you what her power was. The fact that she can stop time with her little golden dragon, whose name I can't pronounce, is supposed to be a secret, obviously, like I said, because it's a power you're not supposed to have. And then Dane is able to see people's memories through touching them, and she did not want him to touch her to look at the memory of when she got like almost killed that night, because it would show that she stopped time, and she doesn't want Dane to know that, so she didn't let him, and that was like the reason of their whole fight. But when they were reconciling from that fight, he did touch her, like he fully, like it was like very much emphasized that like he like put his hand on her jaw and then he stroked like her hair or whatever, like whatever romantic shit like that, you know? So what I'm thinking is he knows. I think he took that opportunity to actually look at her memory, and he knows that the dragon can stop time, and I feel like he's gonna betray her or something. He's gonna find out about Xaden and be like all pissy that she picked another man, and then tell her mother or something. I don't know. I just feel like something's gonna happen with that, and I just wanted to say it now because then if it's true, I can be like, I told you, you know? Okay, so false alarm. They're not being attacked. It's some type of training thing. Lame. Put some drama in this book. I'm at 85%. Is there gonna be like a plot? Is there? Because this entire book has just been about like her going through the writer's quadrant, which is fine. Is that what this book is? And then the next one has a plot? I figured they'd at least like set up for like the rest of the series to continue with some type of like extreme fantasy plot, because that's usually how these things go. Listen, I want to trust Xaden. I want to trust the man. I want to trust him because he has been nothing but wonderful to... Well, that's not really true, is it? He's been lovely to her, like, the last half of the book. They've really built, like, a proper friendship and then built, like, a relationship type situation. But it is a book. And I'm worried he's gonna betray her. I'm really worried. And if that happens, then I'm going to die. I really hope he does not betray her. I mean, maybe I do, though, because it would make for an amazing plot twist. It'd be great. But no. I really hope this goes okay. Okay, so listen. When I came on here and about 4 minutes ago for my life, and I said that I didn't trust Xaden, I didn't trust him, and I don't trust him, but I wanted to trust him. And right now, something is happening where I'm thinking he's about to betray our girl Violet. I'm not cool with this. I'm not okay with this. Because I'm gonna be really sad if I have to stop liking Xaden because he's an asshole. I was right. I was 100% right. Dane is a betrayer. Dane read her memories, but he did not use it to talk about the time traveling thing, which, I mean, I'm sure he also told that because why not? But he basically told everyone what Xaden was up to, and now they're gonna die, I think. So that's nice. I mean, Xaden, oh my god, everyone's just betraying poor Violet. I feel horrible for this girl. Both men in her life have just, like, completely betrayed her. One of them is probably gonna get a comeback. I feel like Xaden, his point of view is gonna get fully explained, and then we're gonna be like, oh, it was cute, he did it for the greater good. And then Dane, we're all gonna hate. So let's see, I'm at 90%. I need to cook dinner, and I haven't done my homework. This book is addictive. Perfect. If I fail my class, we all know why that happened. I cried. They killed Liam. No! He was a good guy. I'm 95% of the way through. I'm about to finish it, but I don't want any more tears. I really was not expecting this book to make me cry. And it wasn't like a sob. It was more like a tear, but still. I can't believe they did that. Like, that's honestly rude. Like, he was one of the best characters. Rude. Are we seriously also gonna kill Turin right now, or whatever his name is? Are we seriously also gonna kill her dragon? Are we for real? Okay, I just finished the book. What the heck? What just happened? What just happened? I'll tell you about it in the morning, but just That was insane. As I said last night, I finished reading Fourth Wing. So let me tell you exactly what I thought. Got my thoughts on my piece of paper. First of all, I want to start by saying this was a good book. Like, I'm going to point out negatives right now, but overall, I think it was a good book. It's just much easier to find things you dislike than it is to find things you like. The first thing that I want to say is I kind of expected this book to be a little bit more plot heavy, and it wasn't. The first 75% literally had no plot. Like, it was no plot, just vibes. That's fine, but I feel like there was not like a goal at that point. Like, I guess the goal was survive and don't die, but it didn't really feel like a fantasy plot line. And then only in like the last 30% did we get like a battle and like all that stuff. But at the same time, while I say that this book was not super heavy on the plot, I understand that I think this book was more of like a setup to continue with the next book. And I think the next books in the series are going to be much more plot heavy. This is one of those ones where the first book isn't necessarily a 5 stars, spoiler alert, not a 5 stars, but then as the series continues, I think we'll work our way up there. Like, I think this could be a 5-star series overall if she does a good job with the next book. The next thing I want to say, which is just a little like observation that I have that I noticed when I read this book, is that the writing feels very young adult. Like, it's super easy to read, which is a good thing. So then when we started having these spicy scenes, I was really thrown off because I was like, how did we go from that to this? I mean, that's not necessarily a bad thing. I was just kind of shocked. Two positive things. Obviously, I love the dragons. Obviously. Like, the dragons are honestly fantastic. I love the way that she set up the magic system with, like, the relationship between the dragon and the rider. They're kind of like best friends, siblings kind of thing. And I really loved Violet's dragon. He was dope. He was so freaking cool. The second thing is I love Xaden. Who doesn't love Xaden? I can't wait for more books to come out for me to get more and more attached to Xaden, because he definitely could be, like, one of those characters that I become completely obsessed with, and I haven't had one of those since like Rysand or whatever. I hope I get completely obsessed with this man, because that'd be great. And I could see this being one of those things where we get like lots of fanfic, and you know, I love me some good fanfic, so I'm excited for that as well. Like, overall, I really liked it, but it had a couple things that just kind of like knocked it down a peg for me personally. Like, this totally could have been, but there's just a couple minor details in the execution that make it not be that for me. And I think this can also definitely become a new favorite series, and I think it deserves the hype. I think it's a great book. I think it's really exciting. Yeah, I just think it's great. It was pretty fun. It was really good. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. I was thinking 4.5, but then at the end something happened, and now I'm kind of confused. Like, this book very much ended on a cliffhanger, and that's not my favorite thing, but that's just my personal opinion, I guess. I guess some people don't mind that. I don't really love it. I can't wait to read the next couple books. I'm really excited to get more Xaden and Violet content. I also want to see what happens to Dane, because that man is a betrayer. He's a betrayer. That's my thoughts on Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros, I think was what it was called. I liked it. 4 stars. It was pretty good. Give it a read. Let me know what you think about the book in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Do you have other thoughts and opinions that you want to share? And I hope you enjoyed listening to me talk about this book. I hope you enjoyed my reactions, and thank you so much for watching this video. And I hope I'll see you in the next one. And keep on reading books about dragons, because honestly, dragons are fantastic. I wish we had them in the real world.